Alright, welcome to another lesson. This is for the Form 5 and it is on literature component, and we are discussing the novel Dear Mr. Kilmer. This is the question from the trial exam for the year 2020. Here on the left side is a question paper, SPM Trial Paper 2 from the year 2020, and it is from the state of Melaka. Now let's look at the question here. Okay, it is question 33. The following are the novels studied in the literature component in English language. Dear Mr. Kilmer by Anne Schraff, Captain Nobody by Dean Pitchford, and Sing to the Dawn by Min Fong Ho. Choose any one of the novels above and answer the questions below. So let's look at the question. The question is this one. Okay, this is the question. Based on the novel you have read, write about an event that motivates you to become a better person. Let's look at the format. So there must be an event that motivates you to become a better person. And then after that, we have to write all the reasons. So remember that you have to give how many reasons? 3 reasons. Okay, so you have reason 1, reason 2, and reason 3. So after that, you must also give evidence. So for reason 1, you have to give 1 evidence. Okay, reason 2, and then you must give another evidence. And reason 3, the third reason, you have to give also another evidence. Let's look at the format for the answer. You must have, remember, 5 paragraphs. Okay, the first paragraph is the introduction, followed by the reason. Before that, you must remember to write the event, and then give your reason 1, and then give your reason 2, and then reason 3, and the last one is your conclusion. So let's look at the introduction. You must have title, author's name, summary of the novel. Then you have to have for reason, the second paragraph, you must write the brief explanation of the event. Okay, for example, signing of the sympathy card. So the reason will be, it made you a better person because Richard stood up to his principle. All human beings should be respected. And then we have reason 2, because Richard was brave as he was the only one who signed the card. Okay, reason 3, Richard is also a kind person because he was not close to Hannah, but he treated her kindly. So remember, the last paragraph is the summary of your contents. Let's now look at the model answers. Now let's look at paragraph 1, which is the introduction. The novel that I read was Dear Mr. Kilmer by Anne Schraff. The novel is about a farm boy, Richard Knight, who lived in Turtle Lake, Iowa. He was 15 years old and had an elder sister Angie and brother Gus. The story evolved around Richard, who loved to write poetry, and his relationship with his family, Hannah Shermer, his classmates, and Mr. Joyce Kilmer, a famous poet who joined the army during World War I. So now moving on, you must identify the event and also give reason 1. Example, one day Mrs. Hanson, an English teacher, entered the class and informed Richard and his classmate that the tavern, which belonged to the Shermers, Hannah's parents, had been vandalized. They even painted the word Dirty Hans on the wall of the tavern. She prepared a card to express regret and sympathy over this matter, and she asked the whole class to sign. Many of the students refused to sign the card. They started insulting Hannah. Mrs. Hanson got upset at their remarks. Richard ended up being the only student in the entire class to sign the card. This event motivates me to become a better person because Richard showed me that we have to stand up for what we believe in. Richard believed that human beings must be respected and not discriminated. Although the Shermers were German, they were the citizens of America for many years. However, due to the war between America and Germany, they were looked upon as spies and hated by some locals of Turtle Lake. Richard, on the other hand, had his own principles, and he signed a card to show support for the Swimmers and Hannah. Next, moving on, we are looking at reason 2, which is paragraph 3. The event also motivates me to be brave and not scared to be different from others. Richard knew that his classmates would think that he supported the Germans and he was a traitor. He was not afraid of what they would say, and he also knew that he would get into trouble for signing the card. He even volunteered to deliver the card to the Shermans in person. Paragraph 4, you are writing reason 3. Last but not least, I was motivated to be a better person by being kind to others. Although Richard was not close with Hannah, he was kind enough to express his sympathy when the tavern that belonged to Hannah's parents was vandalized. He signed a card prepared by Mrs. Hanson. For the last paragraph, which is paragraph 5, we are at the conclusion. As a conclusion, the event that motivates me could make me a better person, as I learned a lot of positive values like I must be brave and kind, and I should not be prejudiced towards people because of different races or ethnic background. Let's look at the sample for the second answer. So here, let's look at the format. You have Richard Knight declining the role of the door boy. Okay, so after that you have 3 reasons. So it will be number 1, brave, and then not discriminating or prejudice, and kind and supporting friend. So for being brave, we can write he was accused for siding with the German, or he was unpatriotic. And not discriminating or being prejudiced is he stood firm on his principle to treat everybody or everyone equally. And lastly, kind and supporting friend, because Hannah explained to him the reason she declined the role of the Lady Liberty, and Richard also declined the role of the door boy. Now let's look at the first paragraph. The first paragraph is still the introduction, and it is similar to the one that we did earlier. The novel that I read was Dear Mr. Kilmer by Anne Schraff. The novel is about a farm boy, Richard Knight, who lived in Turtle Lake, Iowa. He was 15 years old and had an elder sister, Angie, and brother, Gus. The story evolved around Richard, who loved to write poetry, and his relationship with his family, Hannah Shermer, his classmates, and Mr. Joyce Kilmer, a famous poet who joined the army during World War I. Now we are writing paragraph 2. Remember that you have to write the event and only then give your first reason. One day, Mrs. Hanson, an English teacher, informed the class about a patriotic program to help sell Liberty bonds to help support the American soldiers in the war. A boy and a girl will be chosen to play Lady Liberty and the doughboy, a soldier, respectively. The students had to write an essay entitled How Can We Help the War Effort Right Here in Turtle Lake? Richard wrote about exchanging letters with the soldiers. Hannah wrote that the real enemy wasn't Germany or other countries, but war itself. A few days later, Mrs. Hanson announced that Richard would play the doughboy and Hannah, Lady Liberty. The class was shocked. The next day, many students and parents were angry about Hannah's selection. Mrs. Hanson told the class that she declined the role of Lady Liberty. Richard protested because she had won fairly. Hannah was upset that her essay about peace and had made people angry instead. She said that she did not wish to start another war in the town. Richard then decided to quit the role of the doughboy too. This event is a great motivation for me, as I learned that we must support our friend when we know that he or she is right. Richard declined the role of the doughboy as he believed that Hannah was treated unfairly and discriminated just because she was a German. She deserved to play Lady Liberty as her essay was the best in the class. Next, we have paragraph 4. Now, you are going to write reason 3. Last but not least, I was motivated to be a better person as I learned from Richard that we should not be prejudiced towards others. Richard believed that all human beings should be respected like the Shermans, who were German but American citizens. Next, we have paragraph 4. Now you are going to write reason 3. Last but not least, I was motivated to be a better person as I learned from Richard that we should not be prejudiced towards others. Richard believed that all human beings should be respected like the Shermans, who were German but American citizens. And for the last paragraph, which is paragraph 5, you can write the conclusion. As a conclusion, the event that motivates me would make me a better person as I learn a lot of positive values like I must be brave and kind, and I should not be prejudiced towards other people because of different races or ethnic background. We have reached the end of our lesson for today. We did a lesson on Dear Mr. Kilmer, and it was a question from the 2020 trial paper from Melaka. I hope you will benefit from this discussion. And then, don't forget, subscribe to my channel. It is called Educator Omni Tube. Bye-bye for now. Signing off. I am Teacher Gan. Bye-bye.